Yep, it's definitely October. I'm so cold. And I'm having to use my lights now, which is really actually quite sore to look at, so I'm just not going to look in that direction. Hey everyone. I'm freezing. My upload schedule has gotten a little bit messed up because of just my weekends are getting busier, and like that's usually the time I edit, and then it rolls on into the week, and then I've got project work and yada yada yada. It just, yeah, so I'm kind of trying to play catch up with myself. So the week that you are watching started off with the usual standard Monday fashion of being in uni. So the week we're about to watch is kind of like the final week for my infographic project. The week before I was developing my ideas. Unfortunately, I lost a lot of my footage because my hard drive failed, which is great. So I'm kind of working with what I've got at the moment. So this week was due to be the final week of working on our infographics. I really wanted to get the ball rolling when I was away in Shetland, but I didn't have half the equipment I needed or the time to do what I wanted to do, so I just waited until I was back in Aberdeen to do my shoot. I booked out the photography studio with Fergus, our photography lecturer, and I've used that studio a couple of times, but I'm still kind of like, don't really know how to set up lights. I wasn't doing anything fancy, I just needed to make sure that the body was well lit in a sense so that I could, see all the text and stuff. In case you hadn't gathered at this point, I was going to take a photo of myself to make the infograph, and just to explain this idea a little bit better, my infograph is about tattoos in the workplace and promoting the fact that young people have tattoos, and to discriminate against people having tattoos in work is stupid in my eyes because it doesn't affect your ability to actually do your job. I can understand why some companies don't want people, so yeah, I was using my own body to take a photo to make into an infograph. That was not fun. I have now taken probably 100 pictures of myself pretty much topless, and now I'm going to have to sit and edit them and look at my body and have everyone else in my class look at my body, but I'm also like, it's a body, who gives a fuck? I'm promoting tattoos and statistics, and I think it's quite effective being on a tattooed person's body. And everyone's gonna know it's me because I've got purple hair and very distinguishable tattoos, but I'm like, it's a body, it's a belly, it's some boobs. I don't give two fucks. I'm using my normal 750D camera with a tiny little viewfinder to take a photo and make sure it was in focus. Fortunately, it wasn't in focus. I had my bra in focus, but not my tattoos, which made it quite funny, but not what I was aiming for. I had a meeting at Transition Extreme to go to for a collaboration project. There's maybe 10 of us in my class that are going to be working with Transition Extreme. Unfortunately, my camera and my phone had died before I even got there, so I don't have any footage of the venue, but we're basically going to go there and just, redo a lot of their promotional material and do maybe some video work or photography with them, maybe some murals. It all sounds very fun, and I'm really excited to see what we get to do with them. Monday night I spent editing the infograph so that it was ready for Tuesday morning as a draft version to show at our desktop crit. So Tuesday we had our desktop crit, and this was my sketchbook just before the crit happened to kind of give you an idea of what everyone else was going to see. The desktop crit is basically the room gets split into two. One half of the room stays with their sketchbooks at their desk, and the other half comes and visits them and talks about their project and their work, see where they're at, see what they've been up to. Just ask them questions about their project. Mine was slightly awkward in the fact that it was a topless photo of me that people were, speaking to me about, and I'm like, it's fine, it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's a bikini top if anyone, fucking says anything about it. But it does just feel a little bit like, this is weird, you're my classmates. But I don't care, it was just to get my statement across. The feedback I got from the group crit was really good in the sense that I got to talk to loads of people and ask them questions about what I was worried about with my infograph. My main concerns was that I didn't really know how else to visualize the statistics and like some of the placement of where things were. Also, if I should use a male or female body. And the best like feedback I got was the fact it's a woman's body and the fact it's your body makes it even more impactful and more of a statement. So I was really happy with that, and I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking keep it this way. So I'm really grateful for that crit, and it just kind of helps reaffirm that you should be bouncing your ideas off of people and you should be talking about your work and trying to get like different people's opinions on it, which you should always be doing. This is when my makeup gets really weird looking. On the Wednesday, I took the day off uni and just stayed at home and edited my vlog from the week before and also my video for Nathan, or the hard grind video. For those of you who follow my Instagram or my Facebook or my LinkedIn and have seen the hard grind video, I hope you realise how much effort and how much I put into that and how happy I was from making that video. I am honestly still really proud of that, and from that video I have been offered more work, which is just fantastic for me. Like, I've never really had that sort of effect from a video project come through before, so I'm really excited by this. I normally don't do this handheld vlogging thing. Oh shit, fuck my laptop. But I just can't express my excitement and joy as much as I can, like right now. I spent this morning feeling really down, couldn't get out of bed, felt really shit, and then I got home and I was just like, cool, I just need to edit my vlog. And then I was editing my vlog and I was like, oh fuck, I need to edit the hard grind footage. So I started editing the hard grind footage and I was like, there's so many clips in this that I could really make interesting. I didn't really know what I was going to do with this footage. I thought I was just going to do my standard cut up and chop together and it'd be great. But I managed to make some really cool transitions work with that, and I'm just, today has just gotten so much better since doing that. But I am fucking freezing. I've literally been sat at my desk since, I'm gonna say 11 o'clock, so 5 hours on and off. Like, I've had lunch and stuff of editing, and I've been wearing this blanket and my hands are frozen. But the payoff is that I've got a really cool edit that I'm so excited for. It's so portfolio worthy and I'm just excited to post it. I'm gonna go post my video and I'm gonna be real excited about it. So hence I bought myself a new camera. Honestly, buying the new camera was something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Like, I have been, planning to do it, but I don't think I've ever been in a financial position to do it, and I definitely wasn't in one to do it this time either. But I just had to do it. Like, I just had to get it over with and just, order a new camera, because if I'm going to be getting more jobs where I need to, up my game, I need my camera to be, to the level I want it at. A lot of people have been asking me why I bought the AED, why didn't I get a full frame mirrorless camera, all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't need full frame. Like, I'm not at that stage where I am taking massive professional photos that are getting blown up on billboards. If anything, where I see my photos being is internet and web based. Maybe I'll get them printed out, maybe, but that's not my main priority right now. And when it is, I'm assuming I'll be, in a higher paid job than being a student, and I'll be able to afford like a proper camera. But for now, my main focus is film and photography. But of course I can't afford a full-on film camera. And the AED is the only camera I've discovered so far that films at 60 frames per second at full 1080p. So yeah, this camera does that for me. And it's also got a lot more auto-focusing points. So for filming and taking photos, it's just a lot better. Also, it apparently was like the chosen, like a lot of YouTubers' chosen camera back in the day, like vloggers that I used to watch. So that kind of helped me, reaffirm my choice. On the Thursday, I had a little bit of a lie-in because I was out the night before, but I had to retake my photo for my infograph because of, like I said earlier, I didn't make sure that everything was in focus when taking the photos. So I had to redo it, and I just did it at home with the lights I had because I couldn't be bothered booking at the photography studio again. Just more effort than it's worth sometimes when you're just taking one quick photo. And then I also had a presentation to make for the third years. So hello any new third years that are now watching my vlogs. I had to do a presentation about my placement at Imagica and kind of tell them about the benefits of going on placement and the things I learned. Unfortunately, I was way too shy to film the actual presentation itself, but it was in the big lecture hall. There was quite a few students sitting watching me and asking many questions, and I was just like a nervous wreck trying to ramble through why I think placement's the best thing I've ever done. If you are a new third year student watching my vlogs now, I hope that you have learned that placement is valuable and that you're all going to apply for placements next year, because literally everyone in the room put their hands up saying they're going to apply for a placement or want to go on a placement, and I'm just like, yay, I've done my job. Which is amazing, because when you think about my year, people maybe applied for placements, but only 6 people went, so I really hope that next year, I mean, it creates more competition for me, but at the end of the day, you just want everyone to feel successful in their field, and I think the only way you're gonna feel successful is if you fucking do it. So I'm not gonna discourage people from doing placement, because that would be lying. I wouldn't tell people to not do it if I didn't think it was beneficial and, you know, you learned a lot from it. So yeah, after my presentation to the third years, I stayed in late in uni trying to finish off my Infograph. Unfortunately, I was having a lot of problems with my scratch disk because my external hard drive has failed. I was having to, you know, save a lot of things to my actual hard drive, and it's not big, there's not a lot of space on it, so my laptop was kind of just like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I kind of don't have an option right now, you have to do this for me. So it was kind of like fighting against all odds to fucking get my project done, because my fucking computer was just like, nope, and I'm like, please. We got there in the end. So yeah, basically because all my vlogs are running late, I'm actually at the end of week 5, so I am just going to tell you about week 5. I've just decided to do it at the end of the vlog now. Probably should have mentioned at the beginning, but now I got a full face of makeup, I can't really just, you know, psh. Anywho, week 5. I filmed nothing this week. I'm such an idiot. So this week I finished off my infographic on the Monday and sent it to print on the Tuesday with Becky, who's our in-house printer at uni. I did technically submit it a couple of days late. I feel really bad about that. It's because I was away on Friday and I just didn't think to make sure my file was ready by Friday morning. And then I was away and my computer was fucked, so I had to like work with all that. So I sent it away on Tuesday, but luckily she was fine. She got it all printed for me, and then I spent the rest of the week contemplating what the fuck I'm supposed to do in 4th year. I've literally spent this entire week just sat at my desk, looking at my sketchbook, making mind maps, being like, what am I doing with my life? There's a lot of different ideas I'm kind of contemplating, and I'm just going to rattle them out to you because maybe you guys can help me and suggest things and maybe talk about them to me, if it's a good idea, if it's a bad idea. I don't know. I've not spoken to my lecturers yet to find out if it's a good idea or a bad idea. My first idea was to relaunch Lucid Thoughts, rebrand it, go into it, do all the stuff I want to do, like do more designs, do proper photos and videos with it, like proper go into it and make it a full-on thing. But that's already been done, and I feel like I'm just revisiting old stuff, and it might not be enough for a main project. That's idea 1. Idea 2 is making a social media app. I don't know why. This was another idea I kind of just bounced off one of my friends, and he was like, yeah, you should do that because you love social media and then you get to do some branding because you're making a new app. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. But then I'm like, there's not a hole in the social media market that I can see that needs another social media app. Like, do we need another one? I don't know. Can you see a hole in the market that I can do something with? Help me out. My third idea is to do social media based advertising videos. So visiting different companies. So if you've seen my hard grind video, things like that, but on a bigger scale, like more video content, more photography content geared towards advertising different companies on social media. Because that is the way forward. A lot of people need to have a social media presence, and a lot of people don't have enough content to have a social media presence. So it's like a bit of a limbo they're stuck in. I'm already in contact with a couple of companies like Hard Grind and another couple that I'm not going to mention because I don't really know what's happening there yet, but they have contacted me, so I'm like, ooh, are we working together? You need to tell me because you want it done soon. Need a date. So there's that, and then I think there's potential to do other video projects in other companies. I don't know if that's enough for a main project. I am speaking to my lecturers on Monday to discuss what could be a main project, but until then, I don't know. And then today, Friday, I was working at Magica. It was just me and Stephen, because Craig's ill and Jeff's on holiday, so it was just like a day of catching up with what's been going on with Magica, because I've not been there in a couple of weeks. I was researching how we could rebrand the artist who done a art install in a Magica, Sheila Swanson. She's a glass artist and painter. She's really lovely, really nice. So I was actually really excited to be like researching like what her logo could look like, what her colour palette may be, how we can maybe revamp her website, like what is she going to look like what are we going to make her brand identity. Like, I'm really excited by that sort of stuff. I was doing that and doing more updates to the Killer Heroes brochure that I've mentioned in every vlog since I went back, because apparently we're still doing that. That has been week 4 and week 5 rattled into one video because I didn't film anything this week because I've just been playing catch up. I hope you guys don't mind that I rattled 2 into 1. I didn't even plan on doing that until I was halfway through the vlog, so yeah, that happened. Also, how do you like the AED? Is this nice? I don't know. It probably doesn't help that I've got a nice glaring light directly on me. It's not great, but it is October, so gotta deal with that winter vibes. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again soon next week. And next week will be fun because I've got a lot to film next week. I've got so many things happening. That's all lies, but I'm gonna make sure things happen to film. Right. See you guys later. Bye!